Hello! In this video, I'm going to show you the basics of using layers in Project Atlas. I will be giving this demo in a web browser on my desktop computer. However, this tutorial will also apply to the mobile app when using your tablet or phone. Great! Let's get started. We will begin by opening up the off-canvas menu, which houses the Layers tab. We can do this by clicking the menu button in the upper top left corner of our screen to the left side of the search bar. Now, confirm that you have the Layers tab selected as shown here. Layers are organized and nested under Disciplines and Levels. They can be collapsed and expanded here. Notice that we currently have a layer turned on. This layer represents a layer under the architectural discipline on level 1. And that's what we're visualizing in our map window here. If we wanted to filter down to specific layers for a specific discipline and level, then we can do that here. Let's say that we only wanted to see the structural layers for level 3. Then we would unselect all other disciplines and levels like so. And now, we're just seeing structural layers for level 3. And we can turn that easily on, seeing our framing plan. You can also reorder disciplines and levels at any time, so that the disciplines are nested under the levels, or vice versa. Next, I want to show you how to change a layer's color. The original color for a given layer shown is set up by the project admin during the project setup. However, you can change the color of a layer at any time. To change the color of a layer, go to the far left side of the layer and click on the color swatch that is currently displayed to the left for that given layer. We can now select a new color from the color palette shown here, or we can even type in our own custom hex value or RGB value. Let's paste in a nice Atlas blue. Yeah, that looks perfect. Note that the color selected will now remain as your user default color for that given layer until changed by you again. You also have flexibility in changing a layer's opacity. This comes in handy when overlaying multiple layers, just like so. If we turned on level 1 foundation plan, plus we have our architectural floor plan, and we zoom in on the map window, we can dim down the opacity of our architectural layer by clicking on this ellipsis button and dragging the slider, decreasing the opacity. And there you go. Makes it a lot easier to coordinate. To reset a layer's opacity back to 100%, you can do so by simply turning the layer off and back on. Just a toggle with a switch, and now our layer is back to 100% opacity. Another great feature in Project Atlas is the ability to save your views. At any given time, you can save a particular view here under the star. Notice that I have one saved view called Structural Joist Conflict with Toilet. And when I select that, it turns on the associated layers, colors of those layers, the opacity settings, and even the orientation of the map when I created the saved view. Now I have another saved view that I want to create, but it's up on level 4. So let's go up to level 4. Now we can zoom into the area that we want to create the view. And as you can see here, I have more joists conflicting with toilets in this area. So I just want to create a saved view for this location. So I'm going to go up to the star, click on it, add new view, type in whatever my view I want it to be called, conflict 2, save. And now I have my saved views that I can easily jump between. Sometimes when using Atlas, you can have quite a few layers turned on that live in a variety of different disciplines and levels in your layer menu on the left. If you're wanting to see which layers you have on at any given time, you can do so by selecting the All Layers On button, which is located here, which looks like an on button, and once selected, now I'm only seeing layers that are filtered that are turned on and displaying in the map window. This makes it very easily to manage which layers you have on, and if you wanted to quickly toggle those layers off, you can do that from this mode like so. You can also filter by text in a layer's name by clicking the Layer Filter button located here and type the name of the given layer or layers that you are searching for. So in this example, let's say that I was searching for the grading plan. As I begin typing, notice the list filters down and shows me only layers that are associated with the text that were typed. Another fun way to control layers in Project Atlas is by simply using the power of your voice. The microphone button is located at the bottom left-hand corner of the map window here. Simply select the microphone and start your sentence with the word show, like this. Show structural. Notice that I did not specify a layer name, but rather a discipline instead. Project Atlas looked at the elevator button and noticed which level I was on and turned on all of the structural layers for that level. We can also be much more specific. Let's try it again. Show the reflected ceiling plan for level 3 architectural only. Pretty cool, huh? To learn more about voice controls in Project Atlas, you can read up on them here. Under More Commands, there's Show features, Hide, Search. Really fun to use. And really simple too. Next, I want to show you how layers work with versions. All layers that are loaded into Project Atlas live inside a particular version. Think of versions as different releases of the map at a given point in time. As the design team sends out new releases, the project admin can update the map layers for the entire project team, which can then be accessed here under our Map Options menu. Notice there is a Change Version button. Once selected, I can now see a list of all of my releases from my design team. Here is where I can go back in time and select an older version. When selecting a version other than the current, a red indicator is displayed in the top right corner, warning you are currently not working off of the current version. You can jump back to the current version by simply clicking on the warning button and selecting the version that says the current icon next to it. The next feature I want to show you is one of my personal favorites, the elevator button. This button, located in the bottom right corner on the screen, displays which level you are currently viewing based on the layer that is turned on. If you have turned on multiple layers that happen to be on multiple levels, then the layer with the highest level associated will be displayed here. Once you select the elevator button, like so, it is then put into a state that allows you to swipe up or down to move between levels, just like this. Up to level 2, up to level 3, back down to level 2. It's pretty fun. You can even just click the arrows as well. When using the elevator button, Project Atlas is turning layers on and off in the background, yet it feels like you are traversing through floors just like real elevator does. You can also turn on multiple layers and then coordinate between levels just by swiping or clicking up and down, like so. I'm going to toggle on the framing plan for the structural, and I'm going to swipe up on my elevator button, and notice it just turned on level 3 for both architectural and structural, and we can go all the way up to the roof if we wanted to. Note that if a layer's color or opacity is modified, the elevator button will carry those settings between levels. However, this is only temporary and the layer will reset to its set color and 100% opacity once turned off and then back on. Another button worth mentioning is the compass. The compass is located in the top right-hand corner of the map window right below the profile button. The compass has two directional settings, Plan North and True North. Plan North is represented by the white arrow located within the inner blue circle. This points to Plan North, which is set by the designer and matches your project's PDF documents. True North is represented by the blue N symbol located on the outer white ring of the compass and points to True North. When rotating the map in Atlas, the compass will illustrate both directions simultaneously. To reset the map to Plan North, click the button once, like so. To set the map to True North, click the compass again. In this example, True North and Plan North are slightly off axis from each other. If you wish to lock the map's rotation at any time, you can do so by long pressing on the compass, like so, and the colors will change from blue to red to signify that the rotation is now locked. This can be extremely helpful on mobile when it is very easy to rotate the map with your fingers. To unlock rotation, once again, long press the compass button until the color turns back to blue. That's the compass. The next button I want to show you is the Home and Tilt button. The Home and Tilt button is a multi-purpose button that's located right below the elevator button at the bottom right-hand corner of the map. When long pressing the Home Tilt button, you'll notice that you can see the degree of tilt on the map, and you can manually control that, like so. When selecting onto the map, that will close the tilt button. When you click the Home Tilt button once rather than a long press, it just resets your tilt back to 0. By clicking the Home button a second time, the Home button resets to your project's bounds or your project's extents. The last feature I would like to cover in this video is the Layer Integration bar located at the bottom of the Layers panel here. The Layers Integration bar houses both out-of-the-box Atlas integrations and alternate third-party app integrations. Out-of-the-box Atlas integrations live within the Globe button here. We can expand the integration bar here. Now once I click on the globe, it shows me my street map, 3D buildings, and satellite view. I can turn these on by selecting the globe and it turns on the first layer. I can also toggle between these if I wanted to see 3D buildings out of the box, for instance, or even satellite imagery. Other third-party layer integrations are displayed to the right of the Atlas Globe button. For this tutorial, I have the Drone Deploy integration added to my project and can access and overlay recent drone maps by selecting the Drone Deploy icon. Notice I have a flight located here that I can toggle on. There is my drone overlay flight loaded into Atlas. To add a third-party app integration to the Layer integration bar, select the plus symbol located here on the integration bar, and then select Add New. You are then redirected to the Integration tab within your project settings, where you can sign in and connect your other apps to your project in Atlas. Well, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you learned a thing or two when using layers in Project Atlas. If you made it through the full video, well then you are a trooper. Thanks for watching, and happy mapping!